Fans, direct your attention to the flagpole for a special presentation.
You never really leave Auburn, because Auburn never leaves you.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that! That's disgusting! Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
I hope that you've been able to learn a strong work ethic surrounded by character, integrity, perseverance, so that when your 1 second comes, you'll be prepared for it.
Chris Davis.
45, there goes Davis!
Your 1 second, our 1 second is now. And our lives have been guided by the principles of one of the greatest academic institutions in the country, Auburn University.
Another Auburn football player dismissed from the team, while several other Tigers are recognized nationally. We also have a live look at SEC basketball media days. All that and more coming up on Sports Night in Auburn.
Good evening and welcome to Sports Night in Auburn. I'm Hayden Desmond.
And I'm Nicole Davis. Thank you for joining us tonight. It may be October, but basketball is ready to tip off.
The SEC is currently holding their annual media tip-off this week. We go to Eagle Eye's Sarah Polcheski in Nashville.
With day one wrapping up in Nashville, all eyes were on Auburn and the federal investigation that is rocking the college basketball community.
Again, I think because of our situation right now, at this time, I can't comment on those kind of things. I hope you understand.
The most repeated words of the day from Bruce Pearl and Auburn players.
I have no comment on that, sorry.
We can't comment on that.
With the cloud of the bribery scheme looming over the heads of Auburn, current team members feel they are more focused on the game itself.
We really don't worry about that for because we can't control it. So we focus on what things we can control, as is going to practice, being ready to go, and just trying to get better and trying to get ready for the team, ready for the season.
Sad case, but we're moving forward from there.
The Auburn basketball team now has many unknowns moving into the season, with no timetable being set for further investigations.
But imagine as we continue over the next few weeks, we'll have more information and perhaps have some more clarity.
The FBI report has called some of Auburn's players into question, leaving some to wonder about their eligibility.
As of yesterday in practice, every player that we have on the roster was in practice.
However, the investigation is the last thing on the Auburn players' minds. They just can't wait to go out there and play.
Wait to get started, start going.
Despite the federal investigation, Auburn's basketball team will tip off its season in the beginning of November before traveling for the Charleston Classic. In Nashville, Sarah Polcheski, Eagle Eye Sports.
In honor of SEC tip-off, the SEC basketball preseason prediction rankings were released today by SEC Country. It is no surprise Kentucky comes in at number 1, with Florida right behind them at number 2. Texas A&M, Alabama, and Vanderbilt round out the top 5, with Auburn coming in at number 6. After the break, the latest in Auburn football. More after this.
This is a place where it only takes a second to imagine your future. Grasp a new concept in class. Inspire a child's curiosity. Discover a real-world solution. Seize an unexpected opportunity.
There goes Davis!
This is where you gain the preparation, confidence, and determination to succeed. This is Auburn.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
The Auburn Tigers look to get their second road win of the season in a place they haven't won at in over a decade. But the question was, could the Auburn Tigers put together two halves to come out of Death Valley with a win for the first time since 1997? Auburn asserted their dominance early, taking a quick start in the first quarter against LSU. On their second drive of the game, Stidham drops back and holds onto the ball until he finds a wide-open Will Hastings across the middle for the 49-yard touchdown to put Auburn up 10-0. Auburn would go into the half up 23-14. In the fourth quarter, Auburn punts to DJ Chark. Chark backpedals, gets the ball, and starts to take off down the left sideline, following a couple of blocks, and gets some speed, and down he goes, taking it the length for the 75-yard punt return score. The return would get LSU the spark they needed, helping them gain momentum and eventually the lead. LSU would go on to win 27-23, allowing Auburn to convert one third down in the second half.
And that's what we got. We got their best. We knew we would. And we didn't get it done today. And frustrated, but it's not the end of the world. We're going to finish this season strong. And there's no doubt in my mind our players feel that same way.
We got complacent. We got a lead, took our foot off the neck. They started making momentum plays, punt return here, pass deflection here. They had it all going good for them, and we just couldn't recover.
In a weekly press conference, Gus claims that the loss to LSU was his responsibility.
Just looking back in the LSU game, obviously that was an extremely tough loss. Blowing a 20-point lead was tough to take. And I just wanted to say this. I've got good coaches. I've got good players. And anytime that happens, that's on the head coach, and that's on me. And that can't happen again. It's not going to happen again, but I take full responsibility. The challenge now is putting it behind us. And I will tell you that our players and our coaches have put that loss behind us, and they're looking forward to Arkansas.
The loss dropped the Tigers 11 spots to number 21 in the latest AP poll. Auburn will now need to win out to keep their playoff hopes alive, traveling to Arkansas this Saturday. Now, your stats from this weekend were neck and neck the entire game. You had 354 yards of total offense, but Jared Stidham with that 9 for 26. What else can you do?
I'm not so sure. There were 17 first downs made, though.
Well, after that, another Auburn football player has been released from the team. On Tuesday, in a weekly press conference, Gus Malzahn announced that wide receiver Kyle Davis was released from the team due to violation of team rules.
Okay, starting out, just want to let everybody know Kyle Davis has been dismissed from our team for breaking team rules. We wish him nothing but the best moving forward.
Davis did not travel with the team this past Saturday against LSU. Malzahn told reporters that the reason for Davis's absence would remain between the two of them. Kyle Davis has 7 catches for 210 yards in 5 games this season. Davis was also suspended in the season opener against Georgia Southern for undisclosed reasons. Davis is the 3rd player to be dismissed from the team this season.
Soccer returned home this weekend for an SEC matchup, taking on the number 10 Florida Gators on Sunday. The first half ended in a scoreless draw with an impressive defensive performance by goalkeeper Sarah LeBeau. In the second half, Kristen Dodson breaks away and punches in a goal early to give the Tigers the lead. That goal would eventually give the Tigers the victory. The shutout gives Auburn Soccer their 7th win of the season. Next, they will head to Oxford to take on Ole Miss. When we come back, a look at other Auburn sports and what you missed this week after this.
If you don't fix them, sparks from dragging tow chains could cause a wildfire, and that could be scary.
Hi, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be tornado next Thursday?
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day. I have no time for this. So.
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
Volleyball had a rough weekend as they traveled to Texas A&M to take on the Aggies in competition. A few notable players include Crable with 13 kills, Stevenson with 12 kills, and White with 9. The Tigers would go on to lose the match 3-1.
Hugo Gonzalez was named the SEC Swimming and Diving Freshman of the Week following his dominating opening weekend performance for the Auburn swimming and diving team. Gonzalez, who is from Spain, won all 4 of his individual events, sweeping the backstroke and IM events in double dual meet with number 18 Tennessee and number 25 Wisconsin. Gonzalez winning times in both the 200 IM and the 400 IM are currently in the fastest in the nation.
Men's golf junior Ryan Knopp finished runner-up at the F&M Bank APSU Intercollegiate, carding an even par 72 on Tuesday at the Greystone Golf Club to finish at 5 under. His scores were 72, 67, 72 for a final score of 211. 3 other Tigers competed as individuals in the event hosted by Austin PA State University, with freshman Andrew Kozan posting his first career top 5 in a 2 under where he tied for 4th. Junior Grayson Huff finished tied for 13th, while sophomore Reagan Harrell finished 18th at 5 over.
This week's Auburn Player of the Week is none other than Auburn soccer senior Kristen Dodson. In Auburn's game against Florida, Dodson's goal in the 53rd minute moved her into 4th in program history with 85 points.
Dodson was also named National Player of the Week by TopDrawerSoccer.com a day after being named the SEC Offensive Player of the Week. This makes her the first student athlete in program history to earn the distinction twice. Dodson also headlines TopDrawerSoccer.com's Team of the Week. This marks the 3rd time in her career she has been named to the team. When we come back, we'll take a look at your national sports headlines. You're watching Sports Night in Auburn on Eagle Eye TV, Auburn's news leader.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
I hope that you've been able to learn a strong work ethic surrounded by character, integrity, perseverance, so that when your 1 second comes, you'll be prepared for it.
Chris Davis. 45. There goes Davis.
Your 1 second, our 1 second is now. And our lives have been guided by the principles of one of the greatest academic institutions in the country, Auburn University.
The NBA started its regular season play yesterday with 2 huge games, the Boston Celtics visiting the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Golden State Warriors welcoming the Houston Rockets to Oracle Arena. LeBron James dominated in his game by scoring 29 points to go along with 16 rebounds and 9 assists, followed by Kevin Love getting himself on the stat sheet with 15 points and 11 assists. Kyrie Irving also showed his dominance playing in his first regular season with the Boston Celtics after being traded in the offseason. Irving finished the game with 22 points, 4 rebounds, and 10 assists, with the Cavaliers going on to win 102-99.
Steph Curry and Kevin Durant showed out in a nail-biter game. The Warriors dominated in the first 3 quarters and seemed to fall short in the fourth. Curry scored 22 points with 5 rebounds and 4 assists. James Harden scored 27 points for the Rockets. The Rockets would push through at the last minute to win 122-121. NFL leadership and players met Wednesday to discuss the ongoing national anthem debate. In the wake of Donald Trump's controversial statement about players kneeling for the national anthem, many players around the league have been protesting during the playing of the national anthem. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell says there won't be a rule change regarding the national anthem, but the league does have a preference. Goodell added in a statement, "I think our clubs will all see this in the same way. We want our players to stand. We're going to encourage them to stand, and we're going to continue to work on these issues in the community."
The MLB championships are still underway, and we're in the long stretch on our way to the World Series. The Los Angeles Dodgers are currently leading the Chicago Cubs 3-0 with their recent win 6-1 with Game 4 coming on October 18th. The Astros and the Yankees are neck to neck at a 2-2 tie in their series, with the Yankees winning the most recent game 6-4. Game 5 will be played on October 18th, and we'll be right back.
I believe this is a practical world and that I can count only on what I earn. Therefore, I believe in work, hard work.
I believe in education, which gives me the knowledge to work wisely and trains my mind and my hands to work skillfully.
I believe in honesty and truthfulness, without which I cannot win the respect and confidence of my fellow men.
I believe in a sound mind, in a sound body, in a spirit that is not afraid, and in a clean sport that develops these qualities.
I believe in obedience to the law because it protects the rights of all.
I believe in human touch, which cultivates sympathy with my fellow men and mutual helpfulness and brings happiness for all.
I believe in my country because it is a land of freedom and because it is my home, and that I can best serve that country by doing justly, loving mercy, and walking humbly with my God.
And because Auburn men and women believe in these things, I believe in Auburn and love it.
Auburn sports never takes a week off, and this week sure is a busy one. We have everything you need to know to keep up with your Auburn Tigers.
The main event, Auburn football. The Tigers travel to Arkansas this Saturday in SEC play, hoping to recover from a loss this past Saturday in Baton Rouge. Game time is set for 6:30 p.m., and you can catch the action on the SEC Network.
Men's tennis is headed to Baton Rouge for the ITA Southern Regionals Tournament starting October 19th and going through the 23rd.
Women's tennis is also in action in the ITA Regional Championships in Baton Rouge starting on the 20th, going on through the 23rd.
The Tigers host the Baylor Bears at the Auburn University Horse Center in an equestrian showdown Saturday morning at 11 a.m.
Join Hugo Gonzalez and the swim and dive team as Auburn returns to dual meet action this weekend when they host Texas A&M at the Martin Aquatic Center. The Tigers go into the event ranked number 10 on the men's side, and number 15 in the women's poll. Saturday's meet begins at 1 p.m. with diving kicking off at noon. Live coverage of the meet will be broadcasted on SEC Network Plus.
Men's golf is participating in 2 events this weekend. The first event, the Tavistock Invitational, begins on Sunday, October 22nd and goes through the 24th. The event will be held in Windermere, Florida. The Tigers will also be participating in the Sanford Collegiate Tournament in Birmingham, Alabama, Sunday through Monday.
Women's golf will also be in action this weekend. The Tigers travel to San Antonio, Texas to participate in the Mara S. Koth Invitational this Saturday through Tuesday.
Women's soccer will travel to Ole Miss to take on the Rebels in SEC action. Kickoff is set to begin at 7 p.m. and will be broadcasted on SEC Network Plus.
Women's soccer will welcome the LSU Tigers to the Auburn Soccer Complex this Sunday. The game is set to begin at 5 p.m. This game will be broadcasted on ESPNU. Play-by-play coverage will be broadcasted on WEGL 91 FM.
Auburn Volleyball hosts the South Carolina Gamecocks on Wednesday beginning at 7 p.m. Coverage will be broadcasted on the SEC Network and WEGL 91.1.
The Tigers will also welcome the Florida Gators to the Auburn Arena this Sunday. The game is scheduled to begin at 1:30 and will be broadcasted on SEC Network Plus and WEGL 91.1.
And finally, Auburn softball will be in action this week starting on Friday. The Tigers will host Chipola Friday at 3 p.m.
The Tigers welcome Wallace State to Jane B. Moore Field Friday at 5:30.
And Saturday, the Tigers will get up and do it all over again. Auburn softball will host the Valdosta State Blazers Saturday afternoon beginning at 3 p.m.
Last but not least, softball will welcome Sneed State to Jane B. Moore Field Saturday night at 5:30.
To stay updated during this busy week in Auburn athletics, go to our website, eagleeyeauburn.com, or follow us on Twitter at EETV_sports.
From all of us here at Sports Night in Auburn, thank you for joining us this evening. Good night.
Fans, direct your attention to the flagpole for a special presentation.
You never really leave Auburn, because Auburn never leaves you.
So, I just moved in with his family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that! That's disgusting! Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
I hope that you've been able to learn a strong work ethic surrounded by character, integrity, perseverance, so that when your 1 second comes, you'll be prepared for it.
Chris Davis. 45, there goes Davis!
Your 1 second, our 1 second is now. And our lives have been guided by the principles of one of the greatest academic institutions in the country, Auburn University.